What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. Stimulus versus reparations. So, we've been about a year of this little pandemic, and they've had stimulus checks, and they just approved one yesterday. So basically, what, $4,000 for the last 2 years, right? And here's the thing. People will go, people have been given business PPP loans. People have went out of business, right? People have got caught for fraud also. But this country doesn't believe in reparations. Why would we give you money that you didn't earn, you didn't work for it, blah, blah, blah. Just because you were affected. I wasn't affected, so now you're affected. Now you want some money. Interesting. See, if you've been affected for a year and you think it's right for the nation owes you money because you've been affected by something that was out of your control, they owe you. Why can't you just pull yourself up by your bootstraps? Why not? But it's different. It's different. This is a pandemic. Okay. You've got politicians who can, this is what? Ultimately, we're talking at this particular point, $4 trillion. Now, here's the other thing. How much money did they spend to revive the auto industry? They effed the auto industry in America. You effed yourself up. But you can't be giving people welfare. You give the auto industry welfare. You gave the banking industry welfare. They messed it up. They're the banks and they messed up money. But you had to bail them out. Nobody did anything to these people. But they were just bad. They were just bad. If we don't, right this situation, people are going to be out of jobs. Oh, really? Interesting. So you're giving millionaires billions of dollars because they've mismanaged millions and billions of dollars. But when people talk about reparations, we ain't got it. You actually do have it. How much money have you spent on wars that you started, that had no business being started? How much money are you spending occupying territory you shouldn't be in? And the reason why I bring it up is because somehow, some way, the same country goes places, blows stuff up, and then pays to fix it. Or pays other countries billions of dollars a year just because, we're good people. So you can pay a country billions of dollars a year in welfare because all of the foreign aid, they're straight up welfare. I don't care which country it's going to. Israel, Africa, Europe, Asia, all welfare. All welfare. You've given more to these foreign countries than you've given to your own citizens. So we have interest there. Do you? Do you? Do you really? Did I mention the Middle East? They get money. I just said Israel, but the Middle East also. And then asking those countries for money. I think they would ask Saudi Arabia for money, but why don't you ask these other countries who you give money to, give me some money back? You don't. So you can give money to other countries, but you can't give money to your own citizens. A particular group of your own citizens. Interesting. And people could say, and I'm going to take the drug laws out of it. Biden is the President Biden. He was old enough to remember redlining, blockbusting. He remembers that. He remembers the civil rights movement. He remembers all the people who got their property stolen. He remembers the unfair housing laws that had people actually paying for homes and then getting the homes jacked right on them. He remembers all of that stuff. He remembers the New Deal. and how it affected America and Black America. So because you had a pandemic one year, and it's on the books that you're giving countries money every year, you can't give this group money. But all of a sudden, if people get sick, we could just dole out checks. And these same people are hypocrites because, like I said before, you're going to cash these checks. You're not going to pull yourself up by your bootstraps and send the check back, are you? Interesting. Very, very interesting. That, you got a problem with reparations, but you don't got a problem with stimulus. You got a problem with reparations, but you don't have a problem with foreign aid. You got a problem with reparations, but you don't have a problem in bailouts. This is why people think y'all full of it. We don't have the money. Obviously you do, because you just keep printing up money, out of thin air. So obviously you got it. So what's the problem? I don't want this particular group to get no money. Because if you're going to go back to Dr. Martin Luther King said, we want a check. That's what he said. We coming for our check. Look at that speech that you want to ignore. But I'm done. Like, share, subscribe, or die. Trying. Peace.